Hello and welcome to this quick demonstration of how to use the worksheet generator within Teachermatic. Each week we'll be producing a quick guide on how to use one of the generators. This week, worksheet one is a quick and simple way to generate sets of activities that you can use within your class or classes for your students. The purpose of this is to assess learning, but also to cut down on the amount of time it takes you to prepare resources. So, worksheet, you can search for it here. It's here because I've got the heart, but you can search for it using the search bar by typing in worksheet, and there it appears. So, like with all of them, simply we click use, and it will load up. On here, we have got the different cells to complete, similar to all the other generators you see the more you use Teachermatic. And I'm going to go ahead and run a quick demonstration for you. So the topic, I'm going to click on here. I'm going to use one I've done before for lessons of other demonstrations. So Unit 14, Business Online Learning Aim A. So the area of study, Business Level 1/Level 2. Any additional information box. So here, this is the subject area, this is the unit, but in here I could write more specifically around what it is I wanted to assess. So this topic is website functions and features, but maybe here I might want to ask questions specifically around Google or web searches or something like that, if I wanted to really ask and narrow down what it is I was trying to ask. Then we move on to preferred types of quiz. So note that there's types, you can have multiple, so you could use it to generate multiple styles of questioning. Now, what you'll see is spot the mistakes, match the pairs, true or false, fill in the gaps, short answer, multiple choice questions. They're not the highest order, so we wouldn't be suggesting that you use this for all of your assessment for learning, but as a quick check, it can maybe perhaps as part of an early part of a session's assessment for learning opportunity, a true or false or fill in the gaps is one way to go. So we're going to go with a short answer and we're going to go with a match the pairs. Just put those in there. So we are in this session is further education, but we've got higher education, adult education. But similarly, depending on the level and whether you determine it to be appropriate, you could put we could have an early years theme or primary or secondary, depending on what it is you were doing. But we're going to go further education for the purpose of this. Next, we've got complexity. So this is where we can do some adaptation. So if you've got learners of different levels, which presumably everybody has within your session, within here, very simply, won't take anywhere near as long as it would be to create separate resources. I could do a set of questions for simple questions or basic questions for standard and some advanced and some complex. I can very quickly, and you'll see how quick it is compared to doing them themselves, how quickly you could set different types of questions. So we're going to go with standard for the purposes of this. Next, more about your learners. So you'll see this across lots of Teachermatic generators. This is where you can put your learner profile in. More about your learners. For example, when I've demonstrated before, if I was doing GCSE, I might say these are GCSE grade 2 learners looking to achieve a grade 3 in maths. You could talk about the types of learners you have, depending on the profile. What I would suggest is if there's something that you want to use, that you write your learner profile in a Google Doc somewhere, so you can just copy and paste it in. Similarly, learning needs send. You can select whichever multiple ones you have within your session, and then it'll give suggestions of how you could adapt your different learning, different methods for those different learning needs. More about the teaching. Again, this is common across lots of the learning environments. Put in the classroom, if it was outdoors, different types. But this is a business class, we'll be in the classroom. I could put specific suggestions that I wanted. I'd like, something specifically questions around Google. And again, I could upload my lesson plan. So if you create a lesson plan, which you can use Teachermatic to do, you could upload that as well, and it would ask specific ones. Pedagogical model. So we are now Rosenshine's instructional principles. So we click on that one, and there we go. So it's taken me, a minute or so to do those, and I click generate. Now, what I would say is that it it is very quick compared to writing it yourself. It might feel like you're sitting here for an awkwardly long time, but if you just think in comparison to how long it would take you to generate it yourself. What's also good about this way of doing it is you can generate assessments and worksheets specifically based around what you're doing. Whereas if you were Googling it or looking online, you are having to, it's fixed. Whereas this, you can really adapt it. So here we are, we've got worksheet. So it's got, literally printable out, name, date, the unit, subject. Here we've got our short answer question to name the two main functions of a business website. They can write those in there. Matching the pair activities, again, they can join and match them with a line here. And then here we've got the separate answers sheet for yourself at the end. So that's, a simple worksheet that's taken less than a minute and a half. If I wasn't talking over it, would take perhaps less time. And I've got a worksheet ready to go to a quick bit of assessment within there. Then once we get to bottom, what we can with all of them, we could refine it. So I could say, I want to tweak this or add that. Click refine, and it will redo it again. What again we'll say is if you go off this, that result will go. So if you want to keep this for later, click save result, and you can save it within your Teachermatic account. So then to export it, we simply click on export as, and we can export it as a PDF, Microsoft Word, straight to the classroom, and then print it out or give it to the students as we require. And it is as simple as that. Thank you very much.